Cool. We're finally up. Hopefully, you know, I've actually been sitting here for a couple hours trying to get everything all working properly with some of the changes that I made to support chat commands right in Kynto, but it looks like chat's back, so that's positive. I have a problem on the server. To be fair, the drive is only 100 gigs big, so we might be doing some Amazon configuration to expand it. Yeah, there's like 300 megabytes left and there's nothing else I can do to free anything. I had a theory that it's happening because I'm generating too many logs. I wasn't able to find it, so it's going to be picking away at that, I think. But let's hook up the YouTube system, make sure that everything still works. Just because we have some, like, multiple changes that I'm testing.
Codeloch says testing chat system.
Alright. At least that's working. A little bit. We'll figure it out. Like I said, got a lot of server investigation to do tonight. And since I'm sitting here doing it anyway, may as well go live. You might see a couple of changes. It's raining. Truex edits suggested that we make it rain, and today it was actually raining all day, so I think that makes sense. So we might take a look at that code, some webgl shader stuff, and yeah, I'll shut up and continue. I will fire up Twitch, so as usual. Systems up. And I'm gonna add some sense to control the weather as well. So we can control like wind and stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, keep running out of space on the server, so we're gonna have to crack open Amazon. And, it's been a while since I've had to resize a volume, so we have to walk through that together. So we'll have to expand it in Amazon UI, and then we actually have to go into the system and expand the drive to take it in space. But I'm very curious what's consumed on the space. I think it's got something to do with the Docker composed builds. Yeah, it's just eating through space, man. Alright, we'll log into Amazon. what we should do. The only volume I care about on the deployment server is the database, so we're going to dig through some bash I wrote a while ago that will connect to the instance and follow that, and then we'll pull it down with SCP.
Suzacat says I wanna say best full stacker in the world, but you are more than that. What's up?
How's it going, Suzacat? Yeah, tonight working on trying to figure out what's going on, taking up all the space on the server here. I only have 100 gigs dedicated to this VM, so it's not too much, but I want to avoid resizing if possible. But what do you have going on? It's really chunky, it's huge.
Truox Edits says it's raining umbrella with raindrops.
Yeah, that was your idea. It was raining today, and I was like, yeah, I have to get
deploy
raining.
this game at the end, like in browser or an APK or something.
Doozy Cat's available on browser, but I did deploy an APK for Android and an IPA for iPhone. They ended up getting taken down, so we need to restore them, and another place we'll be deploying it is Steam. So, but it's available right now in the browser. You don't want to see 100% disk usage. It's never good. We might just have to resize the volume, but before I do that, we are going to do a backup. So let me see what I have here in my history that can help us out. It's like cleaning your room or cleaning your kitchen. You've got to keep your server in good shape, or it'll cause you nightmares.
Is in your local host or your personal router, or you buy a domain and host for it?
So all of the above. Great question. It's on Kynto.com, which is deployed to AWS, and I'm waiting for Sunlord to come back so I can explain that whole situation up there. But behind the camera, I have a really beefy server in the house, and there was a time when I was running and hosting it all in the house, but then the hurricane hit and Kynto was down for a week, so that's one of the reasons I moved off of it. Alright, yeah, we might have to run this. Okay, so I'm going to take my terminal window back or figure this out.
Why this always says 7% thinking face?
That's a good point. Actually, I do have to work on improving the stream health thing. But let's update it. Oh, look at that, we've got 21 people watching. Oh. PSP's up. Brilliant. Let's see, what's the health at now? 7%. Let's take a quick look. the idea with the stream bar was to kind of reflect the state of the stream. But yeah, if it's sticking at 7%, that's not good.
Is it real-time thinking phase 4?
So Truex said it's a good question. It has the capability to be real-time, but I have it hooked up to a little panel here.
How you coding live when it's deployed in host?
If you see right here, I've hooked everything up so I can, like if I hit the viewer count, you'll see it updates live every time I press it. The reason I don't have it automatically doing it right now is it costs tokens on the YouTube API to do it, and I need to email them to get that increased because I have 10,000 tokens per day. It sounds like a lot, but all those tokens need to be available to process the chat messages coming from live chat. As for the other question, give me a second. How are you coding live when it's deployed in host? So Susie Cat, great question. There's basically different versions of Kynto. So if I open this up right here, this is my local host. So I can make changes on local, code live. Then this is production. And when I actually want to move changes up to production, which I often have to do, I have a whole build pipeline that I run. And say I push an update out to the React side of things, I would come in here, click build now, and then in about 2 minutes it would deploy my code that was in local to production. And the same with the server, and same with the canvas webgl code. So this is all operated in-house because I like the idea of the build server being physically next to me. It just feels better. Give me a second here. I'm gonna check the audio real quick, make sure it's not crazy.
Is that free?
Is Jenkins free? The panel? Yes, it is. And by running stuff in-house, like, man, I can actually use my phone to just show you in a second. So I could do wireless streaming right through Kynto from my phone just by connecting. I didn't realize it was coming on mic there. 2 seconds. Come on, I can see my stuff. That's what we got live. It's on that then. Right, pick some energizing tunes for myself so we can keep going here.
I checked out some of your old streams. One lasted about 2 hours 45 minutes, another 3 hours 14 minutes, and another around 1 hour 45 minutes.
What do you think of that, Truex? It's pretty cool. That shall do. That's not my right computer. It's not.
Do you know about Usimmer?
Let me have a quick look. We could be referring to. Okay, so you're talking about in the React context. I've never used it. Why have you found you've had to look into it, or what's the main reason that you're looking at using it? Right, gonna grab some coffee. I'll be right back. Should see some lightning flash in the screen every so often. Hopefully that worked. But I was also trying to get clouds working, so looks like there were storm clouds. Hopefully you saw what I sent on Discord. Just share feedback as long as sample created while watching your stream. Added your facecam screenshot from the stream into it. Yeah man, that was awesome. I was impressed. Yeah, so I need to get you a new image. Take a look. Yeah, so everyone else listening, Truex edit software to help out with thumbnails specifically for the PSP video that I'm doing, and looks awesome. Man, I definitely appreciate that. That's brilliant. Because the coolest thing about this whole little setup and experiment that we're doing over here is you guys are literally helping me do this, so it's really sick. There's a couple of things on the to-do list once we get by some of this backup stuff and DevOps stuff. I'm going to code a local background music system in React right into Kynto, because the shuffle in OBS sucks and I'm working on phasing OBS out completely. So we're just picking a feature a little every night or two, coding it, replacing it, and yeah, by the time we're done, everything will be done in Kynto. And as Truex edit seen, I'm really receptive to feedback. And I try my best to implement things quickly, so you guys got ideas, I think it's cool to be able to turn around and implement them and be able to show you. There's definitely something wrong with this logic though, isn't there? For the stream bar. Just, man. Oh, I see the issue right away. See this math.max? I'm providing 7 as a value. It's just going to pick that as the highest value. It should probably have been math.min. So we'll test it out in local. What's it called? There we go. Alright, let's make that change. Max should be 100. Should be now 200%. Oh, that's weird. I'm gonna have to dig into this a little bit more. In TrueX edits, you should have some of the commands that work in live chat now work in Kynto. So that was actually something I spent a bunch of time debugging. But it's supposed to read more of your messages, not less. So what is going on? So for you folks tuning in, there's a bunch of different commands that you can run in the live chat. You get to see messages on the PSP and a bunch more than that, but yeah, we stumbled into something really interactive. Suzy Cat, come on man, it's the best alternative for use state. You don't need to return your full data in your setter. You can have your data as a draft and exchange new keys, new value of keys easily accepts like this. And TrueX edits. No, not all the maps are made by me and Kynto, but I did make a lot. Yeah, why isn't it reading out the comments? Did I mute the chat? What's going on? So the commands might not work if it's not reading out. Something weird's happening. Yeah, we might not have enough tokens to run this. YouTube might be giving me shite. Let's see. Uh-oh. I think we have a problem here. So this is what I was saying about why I don't have the live stream chat, stat bar update automatically, because, okay, we're good.
All the maps in Kynto are made by you thinking face.
Alright, let's see if it continues to work. Definitely gonna have to email Google and be like, yo, we need more tokens. I'm doing an experiment. Alright, so I think we're in good shape right now. If you guys see all those avatars disappear off the screen, please let me know. Yeah, because I have a backup plan. If we're not allowed to do it officially, I have ways. Oh no, I just seen it happen. All right. That's problematic. Very annoying. So bear with me while we debug this. That's because I'm not coding right now. Everything debugging why YouTube isn't letting me get live chat comments. It's really not good that they're doing that. Yeah, so TrueX edits, let me explain what's going on. YouTube is doing that. So what I'm gonna have to do is, my backup plan is we're gonna run my local host as the service tonight. The problem with that, you won't be able to log in and talk that, well, essentially YouTube has limited the API tonight. I'm not sure why. And you'll see it comes back,
Showing
but
0 subs as well.
it's going to kick us off in a second. So what I could do is actually pull up the Google Development Console so you can, yeah, see, it just did it again. So I'm going to pull up and literally show you why this is happening. Very annoying. So I have to find the right project in Google Console. So what I might end up doing, we could do it tonight. I have a version of the YouTube chat system that will work on my local network, but will not work on Amazon because Google goes out the way to block it. The only problem with that is anyone that logs in Kynto will not be, they won't be in the same room as all the avatars. So it's just going to be an issue for tonight until the tokens reset tomorrow. It could even reset an hour from now, but it's essentially what's going on. Who is Snappo? That was my original username back in the day. That's me. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna have to connect to my local, right? What we'll do is we'll just use this tiny little room. Let's see, it's a website. Perfect, appreciate you, True Edits. Yeah, I just wanted to explain it before I did it because it is a little bit confusing. So I'm gonna get this set up. We want to do it in this room? No, let's do it in this simple little room. Keep things simple tonight. Oh, where's the back end? It's very important that I have my back end. But while I'm figuring this out, at least the chat will work now. Commands will work. So we should be good. Let me test it.
Codeloch says, "Oh world."
It spawned off screen over there. That's funny. Did you work? Did you not? Okay, if you spawned off screen, I'm gonna have to make this room a little bit bigger. So that's what I'll do. That's right, that from the missions. Essentially, we're operating in a completely different environment. That's why it's like a little bit not set up for it, but we'll make do.
Truoxedits says commands are working now.
Perfect. Now, luckily, I at least had a backup solution, so we're able to operate. Where's my avatar? But we won't have the stream health bar tonight because that does require API requests. So that's why everything's showing 0. But at least we have chat system up. And you can see we run out of memory on PSP, so we're gonna have to go ahead and fix that. The PSP has severe memory limitations, so even me increasing the room by that little bit of size was enough to like piss off the PSP essentially. So we could try shrinking it. Well, let's just drop the quality first. This is what a lot of the coding is when building something like this. It's adaptation. It really is. Alright. We'll drop the quality. Ooh, that would require a restart. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want to do that. So another option we could do is decrease the refresh rate. The PSP
It's
project.
fine, we can manage with.
I did it. Ty says crouch.
No problem. Yeah. You'll notice that it's
Said
even
hi.
blocking words that would otherwise not be blocked by the production version. So I think we're just going to accept it as it is and start coding, right? I think you make a good point, Truex. Just have to roll with it.
Crouch.
There's no crouch command.
Brew.
See how long this lasts. Okay. really want my background. So where's my background option?
Lil Snowflare says oh.
Hello, little Snowfair. How are you
Bro,
doing?
drop the link again, TLS.
I'm not going to tonight because production is not hooked up to what you're seeing on the stream. So we're having an issue with Google tonight. Check back tomorrow, and you'll be able to do it that way. All right. It's definitely throwing me off, so give me a minute while I get reacquainted here.
What was the link? I forgot.
It's down tonight. You're not going to be able to access it. Do we have a stream folder? Yes, we do. Okay, so we're gonna make a music
Newcomers
player.
can try, dance, jump, move left/right 10, shrink, warp XY, wardrobe.
Yes, appreciate you, Truex.
TLS, just say.
I want you to come on, it's just not working because Google said no. This is a local version, buddy.
I did at Thai today, it's not working, man.
Exactly.
Bro,
I'm gonna get beat up for it. Yeah, it's been a couple of months since I've ran into Google, YouTube doing this to the API because I've got everything tuned so well, but it's annoying when it happens. Before, when this happened, I had no backup solution, so we were completely, like, not in a good place.
will it work tomorrow?
Of course.
You can use these commands on YT, Twitch, wherever you are joined.
And that's true, both are set up on Twitch, yep.
I know.
Others might not know. The funniest thing Truex edits is like when this happens is usually
why you not use TypeScript.
I use TypeScript for specific parts of the project when I have to, like nextjs, but I like JavaScript. I've been coding in JavaScript well before TypeScript was ever a thing. I've went through CoffeeScript, I've went through JScript, and I can tell you from experience with the sort of coding I'm doing, I like to bend the rules a little bit. But I appreciate the question. How are you doing? Alright. So we could build audio player. It's going to just be a replacement for the background music system so we can have it in the HTML5 app. And yeah, let's just start.
Doing great, thanks.
Awesome. Appreciate you stopping by. What I like that you were able to detect right away that wasn't using TypeScript, so obviously you're quite familiar with programming and web.
Yes, as a full stack I experience in Mernstack.
Right on. Do you got any cool personal projects you're working on recently?
We want to see another bicycle live vlog someday. US'll do that too.
No, it's cool you say that, true Exodus, because one of the things I've been coding is full native RTMP streaming on the iPhone. So that means I'll be able to bring the avatars along. I think that'd be sick. Like, so yeah, I've been putting a lot of effort into the native app, which extends the functionality quite a bit. But the main purpose is just to be able to go live on my phone and it be smooth. Currently I can already do that over WebRTC, like the media system I've built into it here, but the performance isn't fantastic when using cell phone and moving around. So I'm hoping by doing a native RTMP stream right from the iPhone, it's essentially doing a screen capture, capturing the audio, and pretty close to having it all sorted. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out. I was quite excited when I got that working, because native iPhone development is a little bit of a
Projects
pain.
hands-on related to
Sure thing.
Projects hands-on related to insurance domain. Ooh, all business over here. Awesome. And we're gonna pack into my event system here.
what type of domain are you into?
Was kind of all over the map, honestly. A lot of e-commerce these days, though.
That's really great.
Yeah, and I like doing this kind of stuff to keep myself sane. I have to and experiment new stuff because I don't get a lot of opportunities to work with the, you know, the WebRTC, the streaming stuff. So this serves as a creative outlet.
PSP is saying thinking face there is not enough memory.
So now you know how hard it was to get this bloody thing working. You know why that is because I've added more tiles to the room. If I remove some tiles, we could probably get it working, but I'm worried about avatars spawning in a tile that's not defined, so I have to improve the spawn point algorithm that detects where to put avatars. In big rooms, you don't really notice issues, so That's why I get away coding other stuff, but I do like to have that up. So let's see if we can shrink it in a little bit. So the PSP you see on screen is literally a PSP. So I'm speaking to other folks here. It's got 2 megabytes of RAM for the browser. So it's been a challenge to implement YouTube chat in it graphically, as you can probably imagine. Let's see if we can get away with this. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit as well. I know that's like pretty bloody cool and it's a draw. So let me see here. Did I choose the right system? There we go. I'm going to keep an eye on production because I would like to have everything up. So I expect in the next 30 minutes or so the token usage should reset on YouTube's end, which would be really good because I just want it to work. That's the way it's supposed to.
Working now.
All right.
Great.
Perfect. We'll see if it holds up. Fingers crossed. When I construct new components, I usually like to just code all my handlers and my logic first, and then I can come in and fill in the UI. So.
Did you get any chance to work with Vonage OpenTalk for live video streaming?
Oh, great question. I think Vonage actually uses WebRTC, but let me confirm. I know Twilio does. I'm using the native peer-to-peer streaming that's built into the browser, but brilliant question. Let me take a quick look. Oh no, so they do HLS or RTMP. So essentially I'm just doing my own self-hosted version of that. So I have both WebRTC and RTMP support. So since you're new here, let me give you a little quick tour. If I open this chat window, I can click this, show my camera, hello, and that's all coming through peer-to-peer, which is pretty sweet. Let me disable it so you don't hear my audio twice. That's a little bit madman. But yeah, so I've just, if you look up WebRTC, I'm just using what's built into the browser. Everything you see is just browser, the text-to-speech system, all that. Where here? What is other model systems? Let's see. Need to think about this because we need this to run all
Nice
the
work,
time.
thumbs up.
Appreciate that. Thank you. So Truex Edit says, I noticed something. Streams where you use a thumbnail seem to get push more. Did you notice that? Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Already, we've not even been up that long, and it's definitely been served up to a lot more people than it has over the past couple of days. So yeah, thumbnails seem to be pretty important, yeah. But essentially we want this to run all the time, so what are we going to do with it?
Since you said more audience are coming from India, your cam is gone.
I do without Truex. Appreciate you, thank you. Need to get an AC adapter so I don't have to keep switching batteries. Alright, I don't know if you heard the answer to my question, but you said about the thumbnail thing, and that definitely appears to be the case. And the audience, there's a wee bit more American and Western folks coming on, which is pretty cool too, because just because I late a stream, we're getting almost none of that. So I think for this channel to grow and for me to be able to start doing earlier streams, it's definitely helpful to, you know, just have more people come on wherever they're at. So I'm excited about that. We have a player at a Cody, but this was to do it like embedded YouTube. Might have to boot this up and see how that looks. Who's hiding? Let's see. Pop it and post, which would require the messenger thing to be open. Well, that's stewing in my brain. I'm going to quickly just check on the Google situation. So I'd like to actually show you guys what's going on now. So let me explain more how this works as well. Okay. I need to delete these projects I'm not using because it's confusing. Oops. Okay. Pull this over so you can see what I'm looking at. Does it tell me how many tokens I've used? 2,000. 2,000 requests, and each request can be like 3 tokens a pop. So let's do some quick math, see what that would actually look like. Does that be 6,000 tokens? Okay. So if we take a look here, this is the Google console, API console, and it's required in order to generate an API key so you can interface with the YouTube live chat. And if you look right here, you can see that last night's live stream is that little burst of activity, and we went for quite a while, and then you see me trying to use it again today, and then it dropped off because they started throwing errors. You see this graph right here? This represents the errors. So I know you probably can't read it on YouTube, but you can see the little shape. Typically we have 0 errors. So what was likely happening is it was throwing too many tokens used. You can see it just crashed as it.
It's all Google mistake, then face with tears of joy.
Yeah. Combined with me just using the system according to much, I suppose. So maybe tonight's a good night to request more tokens, because I clearly have a use case. You have to make like an email and make a case for them essentially to give you more tokens. But yeah, that's what's going on. Wow. Yeah, so get this. I'm looking at the data for the past 30 days. I've called the live chat API over 20,000 times. Crazy. So streaming's definitely picking up. That's good. And we've not seen any errors in the last 30 days other than today. Crazy.
Crazy amount
Well,
face with tears of joy.
yeah. So I'm sure you guys have, True Exedits, you've heard of like Nightbot, right? Where people install Nightbot on their channel.
Yes.
Yeah, so Nightbot uses a similar API, but when people click to install it on their channel, I'm guessing it's like in the background, it generates an API key on the user's behalf and then uses it so it can get the list of the messages as it's happening to, you know, moderate them and stuff like that. But it's possible that they're doing it on their own API key and just have like a massive allowance to do that. Because one of the things I want to actually do is have Kynto be able to put text into the live chat, but that takes like tons of tokens. So like I'm talking like 20 tokens, and that drastically cuts down on the length of live streams we could do here. So yeah, that's the sort of stuff that I have to juggle as I'm trying to build this system. It's like working within the limits. Correct, said it. So have you got any feedback on what I should say on the email to Google? It's like a little form where you go and like ask them to bump up the quota for you.
Can you able to see how many are now watching the stream from your end?
Yes, yep. So we're bouncing between 10 and 13 right now.
What they are up to face with tears of joy, are they sleeping?
Yeah. 14 now, and it's actually a little bit higher today than it's been for the past couple of days. Yeah, it's rebounding a little bit. So I think you're onto something with the thumbnail. But I'll tell you, I've noticed that some people watch the stream, don't chat, but will go out and comment on the video afterwards, being like, more of this. Just got some lurkers. And also part of the problem is when people see this, they're probably not understanding what it is.
Maybe they didn't realize you're supposed to chat live to face with tears of joy.
Oh, literally could be, that's literally could be the case. So, like Truex said, it's like, what was the thought process like when you stumbled upon the stream? Because that would be helpful for us to understand, like, what it takes for someone to see that this is interactive. He said, this is weird. I think it's making too many calls. Okay. Greg said it's since it didn't come straight away, I watched your old video and that you were talking about Kynto, which really caught my attention and thought I was putting your idiot. No kidding. So you came across like one of the long form videos? Maybe.
Doing this at night, you must get GRY face with tears of joy. Do you have any snacks ready?
Aye, a wee bit. I've been making an effort to eat before I come on, but usually when I'm done, I'm starving again. Got a big melon. See what we have here. I figured out where I'm gonna make this belong. Do the audit player live up here. If that makes sense. So I need to duplicate this volume.
ISOld suggest you sewing to keep the Visual Studio Code on top of the stream and middle as it is put the PSP at the bottom.
I do that pretty quickly. Give me a second here. The reason I moved the PSP to the top is because I felt like that was actually catching more people's attention. But let's let that run. There's a couple of cleanup things I want to do as well. I want to enable guest login. I this up a little bit as well. See, I wrote this stuff a while ago.
Streaming in 9:16 ratio is definitely a tough task.
Yeah, no, I really wish that I could do full horizontal streams on YouTube, but here's the thing I discovered. When I do that, I'll be lucky if I get 2 people to come on. Like, not kidding. Like, I figured out that I can actually get way more discoverability by doing these portrait streams on YouTube. But the painful thing is it's not optimized to show my development environment. And I've been trying to occasionally during the day just do small little streams that are horizontal, full desktop view. So like it could start waking up the algorithm. But those types of streams heavily rely on the subscriber base you've already built up. And while we're slowly gaining subs over here, it's not near enough to...
Yet I don't know what is YouTube algorithm thing, but horizontal streaming not getting good views at all.
Yep, 100%. And you know, I stream on Twitch and Kick and stuff too, and they're horizontal streams, and lucky if I get 2 people watching over there. This is really crazy. Like, it's pretty difficult to get picked up doing streaming stuff. Like, I expected much, but like it's crazy difficult. What's going on here? It's not really good. See what that looks like. Oh, that's cool. Keep that. Essentially, I'm cleaning up login form. I have to release a couple housekeeping features. We need to get a automated reset password form up, which I have coded, but it's not been staged for release yet. And I want to do a guest login so I could use this as a portfolio to try and get me a job. I need a new job to keep the bills paid. Essentially, I'll be able to just send like recruiters or people that interviewed me just a
Are
link.
you using 3JS for 3D dimensions?
Great question. So I've heavily played around with 3JS, but I'm using just Canvas and WebGL. And technically, it's wrapped in Phaser, so it's 2D. And it's just isometric, so it gives you a semblance of looking 3D, but it's not. But keep an eye on the channel, because the way I've coded this whole system is it's all using an event bus. So the UI, the peer-to-peer logic, everything's all talking over an event bus. So I'm able to come in and utilize 3JS and slowly build it out on top of the system I already have without putting everything in the rubbish bin. And I will be doing that because I want to do VR experiments.
And people don't really try to engage with long streams, video.
That's true, Truex. There's a couple examples of coders on YouTube that do really well with the horizontal streams. There's one guy that just sits there and smokes cigarettes and builds a game engine in C++. And I forgot his name, but he does really well with them. And then CodeJesus, pretty popular, Pirate Software as well. And they're able to do it, no problem. I think we just really need like a critical mass in order to catch. It looks like we have to clean this up as well. Like, yeah, I didn't know too much about what it took to do any of this before I started, honestly. Okay, so that's disabled.
A 0AE290cc1D8 joined picnic.
It'll crash it at least. Oh, it's not picking, it's not respecting the URL I came on, so we have to debug that as well. And we got all this and fix some bugs. It's important when I send, like, if someone sends a link to Kynto and you're in a specific room, it's important that actually it loads that room and not just popping in a default room like it just did there.
Yeah,
So
it depends, but if he's made around 500 videos and getting that much attention, people are likely just using his ideas for their benefit, maybe ping to get sewing out of it.
It's true. So, from what I've gathered, it takes a couple of things in order for what we're doing here right now to catch. You need an average view duration of at least 30 seconds. And people chatting, so I've got that. But if the average view duration is under 30 seconds, like YouTube just will not push the video at all. Yesterday it was really good, we were at like almost 2 minutes. Today we're at like 35 seconds, so we're just on the cusp. But it's not too bad. We've got 720 viewers so that came on thus far, 17 viewers total. And I'm hoping to get production back up so we can see all that live, so I don't have to keep looking because I'm curious too. Okay, I think we'll actually be able to start in about another 10 minutes. And seeing the old tokens, old usage drop off, which is good news. So what we're waiting for.
After you, someone could create sewing like Kynto and say it's entirely their own project.
Yeah, they could, and I'll be honest, like I said, it's stuff like that in the past has stopped me from releasing things, and then people go ahead and do it anyway. It's definitely, I think that feels even worse, but who knows. And if that happens, at least you know it's original. I do want to see a movement in general though where live streams are more interactive, but I can totally see just like I can see a big company taking it and running with it, like TikTok or something. 100%. There's just too much. It could literally farm engagement if it was actually pushed on a large channel or a large service. I see the possibilities.
GOT says hi.
GOT, welcome. How are you? Welcome to the chat.
I have seen like this as one of using Amazon using internally for scheduling meeting.
Are you thinking about gather.town? There was something that was pushed on CNN during coronavirus. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, so check this out. What's actually funny about this project is it was pushed heavily in the media, but they're just using Zoom. They didn't code any custom system here. This is literally just a wrapper for Zoom. That's it. I pulled apart the technology. We could do it on stream right now if you want. But that was an example. So if you've got any more, please tell me. I'd love to. I like just taking a look at how people implement things. And I do get a little bit, you know, like funny when I see people just leverage fully built solutions like Zoom or GoToMeeting or something. I'm like, man, you could have built it yourself, but not everyone is, you know, a lot of people are in it for the money, not just to create. And I don't get that personally, but I understand it. Truex edit, so you're referring to AWS, Amazon's web services? And Truex edit, so we have 21 people watching it now. Okay, cool. So it's funny you say that.
AWS1.
I wasn't explaining what I was doing, but I was actually, that's what this is. So it just looks like a crappy, boring page. But this is where I'm actually hosting Kynto. Let's see. So basically, it's just an equivalent to Microsoft's Azure or Google's cloud. We do everything from park domains on it to hosting virtual machines or spinning up dedicated servers in EC2. So that's one of the things I was doing, is doing some maintenance on my server that we're hosting everything on. And then the coolest thing about Amazon actually is you can run microservices using Lambda. And we'll do a streamer video on that. Look, I spent a lot of money on it, $200 a month. It's not cheap. I actually need to get off of Amazon. It's probably one of the most expensive hosts for the way I'm using it. Not great. But one of the reasons I want you to be really comfortable with Amazon is when you work for a large company, they're all using like Azure, they're using Google Cloud Console, they're using Amazon. So that's why it made sense at the time. If we take right here, this is the Kynto server. Doesn't look like manage, but what we were doing was doing a snapshot, so a backup on the volume, which is like the virtual hard disk.
It's like a hub for the backend, right?
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly a good way to put it. So one of the issues I have is I have a very small disk allocated to Kynto, 100 gigs. And it basically running out of space, so that's what's going on here. So we've got two issues, but this wasn't preventing the chat system from working tonight. This is unrelated and what I was hoping to work on. All I'm going to do is, so one of the benefits using Amazon is you could manage everything yourself right in the web UI or in the terminal. So if you want to like add a new hard drive or increase the size of a hard drive because you're running out of space in your server, you could do all that right in here, which is one of the things I'm doing actually. Let's check on the volume. Where's my snapshots? think it's on the side here.
It's amazing.
It is. Okay, so it's still backing up, so thank you for reminding me. 13% done. It's crazy. It's taking a long time, actually.
It's same as a Docker, right?
So that's it. That's a great question. So Dockers themselves kind of emulate virtual machines in a sense, but that's where I host my Docker containers, is in Amazon. A lot of people are moving to use tools like Vercel, but they just deploy it on Amazon for you. So, well, it's good to be familiar with what the industry is moving towards. It also makes sense if Vercel's deploying to Amazon, like your Dockerized applications, like your Next.js apps and stuff, why not just understand how AWS works in the first place? That's kind of my approach to things anyway. But yeah, Vercel actually owns Next.js and Nuxt.js. They actually own those projects, so that's a big reason why and how they make all the money.
They use some CCD pipelines.
Yes, definitely. Exactly. That's basically what they are, is they just wrap all that up for you and do it for you. But I constructed that myself, just doing Jenkins. So I built my own little CID pipeline. That's what all this is. It runs on a server here, so I can manage it, but these all go out to remote servers.
Vercel yet, I've heard of that.
And yeah, please let me know if there's anything that I should check out or explore, because an important part of what we do, right, is investigate what people are using. One of the things I've kind of neglected, that when you build applications, make sure you localize them from the start. If you want to have people in other languages come on and explore your things. I'd say my project's like 50% localized, 50% not. The older components are mostly not.
There's a lot to learn from you, not sure why people aren't recognizing it.
Appreciate you, Truex. And I want to share it. I want to share anything I know, and I want everyone else to do the same with me and each other. That's probably one of the biggest goals of this whole project that I'm doing here. I can't tell how many times people have come on the stream and told me about something. I'm like, that's actually a really good idea. I need to explore that. And you'll see it tonight, like someone came on, I think it was you. Let's see. Sabroto, I think you were the one mentioning like why you're not using TypeScript. Like, I appreciate people coming on and asking those sort of questions, because maybe I didn't know about TypeScript. And you should always be able to be interrogated on your tech stack and the way you do things, because it just helps you cement what you're building.
It's going up and up 23 already.
Yeah, one thing I wish people would do when they came on was actually likes on the videos, because if we could get that, I could really see it spiral. But I found that like asking people to like the video doesn't work. Just all I can do is, I think, is just be here. People like what they like. Now part of it is YouTube's trying to figure out what sort of audience would even be interested in this. And I think it's getting better at figuring that out. So I'm good. Oh.
I'm really curious to watch it when 100 people are in the chat.
Yeah, me too. Can't wait. It'll definitely give me things to fix, that's for sure. And yeah. Like, the more people are like, I want this to crash because too many people come on. Like that's the sort of problems I want.
For sure, looks like that moment is approaching quickly.
I think so. I think the main thing is just keeping consistent as well. And like actually like offer value by showing that like the process, taking feedback, implementing it. So Sobrato says, I really appreciate the streaming nowadays, this type of streaming. I no longer resist, hard to find this type of streaming on YouTube. That's a great point, and I appreciate you saying that as well. Man, what do we do about that? Like, that's the real question.
Exactly, patience and consistency are key.
I think I definitely have to get on like actually releasing videos as well on a schedule, even if it's just one video a week. Like, the simplest option could be like stream highlights, because that could help drive people in. Because these portrait streams, once they're done, it's not like YouTube serves them up again. So
there is some
they kind of
delay in
lose.
between right thinking face.
Yeah, and some of the messages are not being read out. We could actually investigate why we are running on local, so it'd be quite easy to. Let's take a look. So which Subroto's message didn't get read out? Let's scroll up until we see what's going on here. Oh wow, it didn't even come in the system. I can't explain that. That's weird. I don't even see a record for this message.
Is there any option to reduce or increase the delay?
Yeah, so let me think. So YouTube has quite a punishing delay just by default, but I think there's a way to enable a low latency mode. Let me see if I can do that while we're on stream. Truex, I think you'll be happy to hear. I think we got like 15 odd subs tonight. That's really good. So it adds up.
Maybe need to do some synfig in worker threads.
So the main thing, yeah, if I was hosting it, I'd have that control. But because this is going into YouTube, like directly from OBS, I'm not even using my own RTMP system, which I've coded, because I still have to tweak that, doing exactly what you said. YouTube has, it's just kind of slow, but I'm trying to see what we can do here. Because what's ironic is this system running on local is actually quicker than the production one. Like this is almost quicker than what's up in production, because that one at least has to wait 5 seconds. This one does it within a second. So almost all the delay you're seeing on this stream, is coming from just how long it takes for the video being captured of my stream here getting out. Like when I see your chat messages, I hear it almost instantly with this setup. So
At Sabrato Mukherjee, where you are from?
give me something.
At True's Edits, I am from India.
Let's set. Oh, okay. So there's a set. Next time I go live, Truex Edits in Sabrato, I can drop it to ultra low latency. So I will do that for the next live tomorrow. So hopefully that gives us a little bit more control.
Have you ever been over to England? At Codeloch.
Yeah, Truex Edits. I actually lived there for about a year in Cambridge before I moved to America. That's like 12. Have you been?
At Sabrato Mukherjee, that's great to hear, man.
Yeah, very happy to have you here.
0 a 2E98 a 0-50C2 join picnic.
Ending the stream?
No, but tomorrow I'll run it in a different setting. It should make it a little bit quicker than it was tonight. This might be our issue.
Oh, that's great to hear as well, partying face.
Yeah. You didn't break it up, I wouldn't have a look to see if there's something else I could do.
Thank you for this insightful streaming.
No, please, I appreciate you being here. And just so you know, Sabrato, there's a Discord on my channel profile. So if you want to join that, please feel free. And if you've got any ideas for things you'd like me to code or explore or explain, I'm more than happy to dive into anything. I hate forms. I've always hated forms. It's just one thing I can never get to look good. Alright. I think that's good for now. Now we need to investigate why it's not loading room URLs. We need to get this logic out of this class as well.
Manoj says, are you on React?
Yes, and right now you're looking at some old React class component in there. I'm working on refactoring out. Majority of it's almost all functional components these days, but I've been doing the strangle fig pattern where I'm just slowly breaking up this giant app.js into populators so we can get rid of it completely. Do you do any React development yourself?
Yeah.
Awesome.
On WebBro.
Yeah, this whole system you see here is built a lot of it in React. Oh my god, the spammer's back. 5672, please behave.
PH Designs Network says, I wonder if TrueX is a Fed. I know that's random, but I get vibes. Tears of joy.
Man, if they're always support, if it's TrueX, we need more. We can see PH.
Face with tears.
5672 says why.
Because you're spamming 5672. Well, it's nice to see you're hearing me.
Welcome back, man, at PH Designs Network. You are late.
Thank you.
Face with tears of joy.
Wait, she says it's late, that's funny. What I'm gonna do is actually, we've got a couple of streams to plan
I
out
was spending
here.
time with my wife.
No one blames you for that, PH. No one at all. Actually set up a wee date for this weekend, we'll see how it goes. She seems to know a bunch of rare plants and stuff, and I grow a lot of them. So I thought that was cool. If you already stuck out for that.
That's great, man.
We'll see how it goes. But it's always nice to get to a new face. One of the changes we're going to make with the TTS system, so when I say TTS, I'm sure a lot of you know what that means, but that's text-to-speech system, is...
W, is everything coming along?
Okay, it's going alright, other than the fact run out of Google tokens tonight, but I coded a rain effect. We'll be able to see it a lot better once we get our production system back up. And what did I do? I also coded it so you can... Don't log into production right now, because it's technically not hooked up to this live stream, but you can use the live stream commands in Kynto now.
We're broke here.
We have quite a few people watching, 1,100 views tonight, so it's picked up a tiny bit.
Where are you from Xedits?
Interrogation begins.
Face with tears of joy.
I mean, it is fair tears of joy.
Ah, it is. No, it's good to know where people are from, honestly.
I'm from Miami.
"24 people watching now. We might have to... 27. We might have to kick over to the production system so we can start to swing these stats. Hopefully, Google lets me do that. That's sick.
I just asked because I recall you asking us where we were born and all.
Now I do remember Truex telling us about Miami.
Struck me as very personal.
Just socializing.
Someone has to do it.
What do you do for work?
I'm currently working in a realistic estate company called Valencia Condos.
What's going on with this item system? I've noticed that weird bug that sometimes when I put items down in a room and I reload, they don't load, and I'm trying to investigate if it's a CORS error, cross-site request error or something. Let's see what happens when I reload, see if all these items are still here. Works there. Might fix it, might release it.
Six floors, 301 suites, units 524 to 1164 SQF. Very nice.
Is that working? Thinking face, can I join Kynto? Face with tears of joy.
Let's check it out. Let's try restarting our production system, see what happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the chat for a second while I reconnect it, because it's going to read out other comments.
With tears of joy, what are you up to, rolling on the floor laughing?
I'm going to switch over to other systems, see what happens. Oh, now the bloody background works? It's pissing me off. think so. The question is, am I legit? So it's up. Let's see if it holds up.
True Zedit says out tears of joy rolling on the floor laughing.
I'd still be employed if I was. What the hell? Yeah, I think we're good. So we'll update our stats. Fingers crossed, nothing breaks.
It's showing 154 chats. How thinking face.
So it's just pulling all the ones that already happened. It's possible that. So I have a moderation layer running on YouTube that's quite aggressive, and I think that catches a lot of chatters. Because.
Now showing everything.
Yeah, we should be good to go, but your character's kind of off screen for some reason. I don't know why. So we might have to fix that logic that decides where a spawn point is. Let me do that, so tomorrow. But you'll notice production's slower reading out the comments, right? So that 5-second delay. And it seems to be skipping PH's most recent one. Alright, I'll maybe reload the room. Tricks edits, because you might have spawned off map, but that should have put you on map. Let's see. Yeah, there you are. Now you can see your character and control it. So I'm going to fix that thing so I don't have to reload. I feel you, PH. I always say like, I'm the most bloody cynical person in this. Not ideal.
PH Designs Network says huge delay in the voice today.
Yeah. Yep. Tomorrow it should be more dialed in. There's another setting on YouTube I can flip, but I can't do that until the stream ends.
I'm dealing with Insomnia thinking face. Any tips on how to fix it?
Subroto says it seems you're coding your own YouTube platform a creative way. Don't tell them. Yeah, I know. I mean, I think the biggest way to get exposure to a project like this is to kind of grow within the services that already have the people. So, but yeah, I think you're on some. Truex edits. I'm sure these streams aren't helping, right?
At PH Designs Network thinking face.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of mental training. I recommend binaural beats 528 Hz and up, and practice breathe work.
Yeah, great call on the breath work too, 100%. I was doing a lot of free diving last year, and that really helped like calm anxiety and stuff. It's just learning how to control my breathing. What's going on here?
EMTs tell you to breathe in pattern because it sends signals to the brain that lets your why know you can relax.
100% right. Forgot the name of the nerve. I think it starts with a V. Yeah, the
Nah,
vagus nerve.
it's definitely not boring, so sleep is out of the question. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Well, hopefully things are smoother tomorrow, because I did actually try to get on at around 11 PM my time tonight, but it took me like 2 hours to get everything working again. Everything went wrong. And you've seen a wee bit of that.
Use your blue light filter in a darker setting, and turn out all lights because lights create serotonin, and the dark tells your brain to produce melatonin.
PH Design's on it, 100%.
At Truex Edits try yoga practices, like Yonidra, which is proven practice to remove insomnia.
Oh, interesting. Never heard that specific type of yoga before. Yoga Nidra? Interesting. It's a form of yoga that focuses on the mind and body rather than physical postures. Very interesting. Oh, I've done a wee
Much
bit of this. Like the whole
appreciated for the
body's.
suggestions, folks.
Yeah. I'm gonna push this.
It all worked for me when I was suffering from insomnia, but now I lose sleep by choice. Anytime smiling face with hearts.
Surely gonna try your suggestions, man.
So Electron is a framework that lets me take what I've built here and essentially build a desktop app. It's helping me get the Steam release ready, so we can release this in Steam. Oh my goodness, it's Friday. What the hell? Folks, so we'll start lighting this up in like the next 5 to 10 minutes.
That one guy, son, didn't come to chat today, did he? At Codeloch.
No, I've been waiting for Sun to come back. Specifically because the Amazon stuff, like I actually have to do a bunch of maintenance on the AWS side, so he was the one asking about it. But yeah, that's why I try and encourage folks to join the Discord. I should do a better job at it. Because even if he's interested and wants to come back on, YouTube doesn't always, you know, serve up live streams of people you're interested in. Why is that comment not getting through? Let's investigate real quick. What the hell? Is I dialed down the AI mod so much that all this should be getting through. Let's use this opportunity to find out what's happening before we do anything. So let's see if it picked up the comment. No, it didn't even come through, so YouTube didn't even send it to me. So this is a YouTube issue, because I should be seeing your message here, PH, like in the moderation queue. But PH10 says, believe me, you will achieve. A mom and a wisdom roll, Codeloch, your accent is a chick magnet in America, you'll have a new weapon type. Aye. Well, we'll see. It's funny because actually I was at a kava bar recently and I was sitting in a seat outside waiting for a friend, and a lady came by and she's like, hey, do you mind if like I have that table? Like that's usually my spot, you know. As a gentleman or whatever, I moved out the way and what did I say? I don't know, I said something funny and then she's like, oh my god, you're from Scotland? And I was like, yes. And she's like, the girls must love that. And it's like, yeah, if I talk to them, otherwise they don't know. And she's like, oh, good point. One thing I'm going to try right now as well is we're going to see if we can dial down the YouTube mod a bit so we can rely on one I've built. Not sure how to do that.
Haha, rolling on the floor laughing.
Would we have managed the settings for this body stream, like channel level? Yeah, but you guys want to hear something crazy? So 2 days ago, appreciate PH. So PH says, glad you're here, we need more Scotties. And yes, I agree completely. But once again, that didn't get through the system here. And I think that's on
Don't
YouTube.
forget to share a screenshot from your VS Code linked with the PSP, and also a shot of you holding the PSP facing the camera.
100%.
My ancestors are mostly Irish.
On my granddad's side, they're Irish. He's actually, you've heard of Irish gypsies? Like they're a specific type of gypsy. They're not from Romania. They're literally Irish. And I will do 2x edits. I appreciate you. That thumbnail you did look great, and yeah, if you can, like, please make it, like, if you give me a couple, or I could use one for the live stream as well. Yeah, so I was thinking it was my system that was filtering out chats that we're seeing on YouTube chat, but it's not. So I'm going to write my notes. Once this stream's over, I'll do the thumbnail picture, and I'm also going to remove a bunch of words from the YouTube filter and just rely on Kynto to do the moderation. I think that would be preferable. Because it's possible that people are just, you know, I don't know. So yeah, before I wrap this up, one of the things I did want to say is just 2 nights ago, we only had 300 views total. Tonight we got close to 1,400, so not bad. We'll see if it holds up, and obviously.
No problem, I am on designing in free time almost every time.
100%. Definitely use your help. I think that's one of the key things that makes video, as well as the title, description, and all that stuff. But absolutely critical. And I am not good with visual stuff.
I have heard of gypsies, but not Irish ones.
Yeah, okay, so a quick little bit of info on this. So, my granddad's surname was Ward, and that comes from the Irish gypsies, which is actually, like, Ward comes from, its origin is in the word Irish tinkerer, which is a people that worked with metal, which is actually what he did. Like, he did so much stuff, but yeah, they have their own history and everything, and they lived in like little covered wagons and would travel Ireland and Scotland. Anyway, like I guess his side of the family ended up settling in Scotland at some point, so got a bit of Irish. That's where the Catholic, he was a Catholic as well. It's probably where that comes from. There's a quick note in Scotland, and the UK in general, but specifically Scotland and Ireland, it's really split down Catholic and Protestant. It's not a big deal in America like it is there, let's put it that way. Like, Catholics and Protestants couldn't even marry. Like in my grandparents' generation, they broke all the laws, all the rules. Community moderation, I found the tab.
Heck yeah.
Find it.
Congratulations, party popper.
I've got 1600 blocked words in a chat filter. That might be the issue. It's mostly like straight up like rude words. Like I couldn't even show this on screen. Like easily. This is crazy. Which is one of the most. Why is bloody hell blocked? That's getting removed. Wow. Yeah, I'm not too happy with the state of censorship, but I'll say that much. Alright folks, gonna shut this down. Appreciate you coming on PH and 2X. Yeah, shutting it down. Tomorrow we're gonna try it in lower latency mode, so hopefully it works a wee bit quicker and less words will be blocked.
There is a chat moderation called Streamlabs you can add. They have points system. I mean people who stay on the stream and watching it. Then it shows how much watch time anyone is giving on every stream.
Might check Streamlabs out, because at the very least might give us some ideas and things to develop for here. So I'll give that a go, 2X. And I like the idea of having like a leaderboard as well, as far as like contribution on the stream. And especially if, you know, this what we're doing here grows, there's gonna have to be a limit on, you know, who talks and when. So I'd like that to be all based on chat history. And PH Design says that's pretty cool. Master builders, my grandpa was a Catholic, the cousin side from my mother was a Protestant. So one other funny thing about Scotland, the football team Rangers is Protestant, but the Celtic is Catholic. My granddad wanted all his grandkids to be Celtic, but we ended up being Rangers supporters, all but one, and that was his favourite. It's crazy, man. It's this different world. Alright, let's throw Streamlabs on the list. I think that's it.
See ya, man. Good night sleeping.
Alright, I'm gonna put some of those recommendations into practice myself. Like, I've not done breath work in ages, so let's know how it goes. And yoga and nidra is like really interesting because there's a bunch of neuroscience on that one specifically, as far as using like body scanning, like, you know, feeling the weight of your body lying down and stuff. Like, there is something to that, so it's cool to know where it comes from.
Sleep well, friends.
Cheers off. Oh, just a quick reminder, anyone listening, join the Discord, it's in my profile, and yeah, hope to see you around.